Every family has secrets. Some just call them loyalty. How many times in your life have you been told you're too sensitive or that you overthink everything? People say it like it's a flaw, right? Like you're just choosing to be difficult. But I want to check something with you. Are you the person who can feel the temperature in a room change before anybody even opens their mouth? Maybe you notice the exact way a glass hits the counter, or the specific pitch of a sigh from across the house. You can hear a door hinge move and you know instantly who's walking through it and what kind of mood they're bringing with them. I'm here to tell you that isn't just who you are. It's who you had to become to survive that house. It wasn't a personality quirk. It was your early warning system. It was your bodyguard. And today, we're going to talk about the bill your body is still paying for that childhood, where knowing was the only way you stayed safe. Hypervigilance is like having a high-tech radar system that stays on 24/7 even when the sky is completely clear. When you grow up in a house where the spoken word was usually a lie, or at least a very edited version of the truth, you couldn't afford to be carefree. You didn't have the luxury of being oblivious. You had to become a world-class expert at reading the unspoken. You learned to listen to the sound of the front door closing to know exactly what kind of night it was going to be before you even saw a face. You watched the tiny twitches on an adult's face to see if a storm was brewing. Why? So you could hide or fix it or just disappear. You weren't anxious. You were prepared. You had to stay 2 steps ahead of the tension just to find 1 square inch of peace. Your brain was literally rewired to prioritize scanning over just existing. You spent your childhood looking for exits instead of looking for joy. The heavy part, the part that's probably making you tired right now, is that even though you've left that house, your nervous system is still on duty. Your body hasn't gotten the memo that the war is over. It's still scanning for threats in rooms full of people who actually love you. It's why a late text or a short answer in an email feels like a sign of impending disaster. That's why you're exhausted even on days when you haven't done anything. It's why you can't fully relax on vacation, or why a quiet house feels suspicious instead of peaceful. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop because in your history, it always did. You were a child forced to be your own bodyguard. And let's be real, your bodyguard is exhausted. He wants to go home. He wants to take the suit off. There's a huge difference between being prepared for a moment and being braced for a lifetime. Your body has been braced for a lifetime. Healing starts when you finally tell your nervous system that it's allowed to stand down. You aren't crazy for feeling this way. You're just well trained. But you don't need that training here. You're in a different room now. Here's your affirmation. I want you to say this with me and don't rush it. Let the words actually hit your skin. My awareness was my armor and it served me well. I honor the version of me that learned how to scan the room to keep me safe when no one else would. But I am safe now. I am allowed to turn the radar off. I am allowed to exist without being on guard. My body is allowed to rest. My eyes are allowed to look at what is beautiful instead of searching for what is dangerous. Before I go, I want you to sit with one thing. Think about one sound or one look from your past that still makes your heart race today. Maybe it's the sound of a key in a lock or a certain way someone calls your name. I want you to take a deep breath right now. I'll wait. Place your hand on your heart. Tell your body, that was then. We're safe now. In our next conversation, we'll talk about the weight of being the emotional shock absorber and why you feel like everyone's peace is your personal responsibility. This is Family Secrets. You are not just a collection of survival skills. You're a person, and you deserve to feel settled in your own skin. See you in the next one.